They've camped over near the river.
Yes, and in a clearing. That means we shall have to wait until it is dark. Pitch dark. Fortunately, there will be no moon tonight.
They tell me Lucien de Franchi sleeps cat-like with one eye open.
I think we shall be able to deal with him. We shall wait, my dear brother, until 2 or 3 in the morning. That is when a man sleeps the soundest, and then...
And then?
And then it'll be my pleasure to stab with this dagger. We shall creep up on the camp. You will attend to Griffo, and I, as head of the family, will strike into the Franchi himself.
This has been almost too good to be true. To think that after all these years of waiting...
And so soon after the ambush the other night. If anything had happened to Marianne, it would have been like a dagger in my own heart, Pietro.
I've never seen two people as close as you and your daughter.
Perhaps I am biased. But I don't think I've seen a lovelier girl in Corsica.
Everybody says that. My own daughters cannot hold a candle to her. They say so openly.
All the same, Marianne's not been herself of late. All today, she hardly spoke.
I think she's suffering from shock. Don't forget that she came very near to losing her life when she met Lucien de Franchi.
Lucien de Franchi, who sits somewhere down in that valley near that spiral of smoke. He will pay for everything tonight. This dagger will surely find its mark and strike a final blow for the Gadice.
Emily.
Oh, it is you, Louis.
You're late.
There was trouble with our coach. One of the horses had to be changed. Oh, Louis, I'm so glad to see you. I was glad you secured an invitation to the ball.
Nothing could keep me away when I knew that you'd be here. Are your mother and father with you?
Yes. They are talking with the hostess at the moment. Louis, I must speak with you privately. And now...
Come here into this small salon. It's away from the crowd. Oh, Amelia, you look so beautiful tonight. Why don't you always wear black? Black and silver.
I always wear silver because Aunt Cecily tells me it suits me. And with silver, I wear all the other colors.
After you, lovely lady.
I haven't much time, darling Louis, but so much has to be done tonight. If you love me, if you really love me...
If I love you... Amelia, I can't think without thinking about you. Your name's on my lips, your image in my eyes... Every day since that wonderful night on the terrace at the Marquise's reception.
And I have been thinking about you, wondering what you were doing here in Paris, being unhappy in the country with Aunt Cecily. She's so prim, so proper. And as for letters, well, it was only through the greatest of care that I was able to get your note before her eagle eyes fell upon it.
Was I too presumptuous?
I read it over and over again. And darling Louis, if you really want to ask my hand in marriage...
I told you that night on the terrace.
Well, I think tonight is the night.
Tonight?
Yes. As you know, Papa and Mamma are here. Aunt Cecilia is impressed with you because you can provide comfortably for me. I am just wondering, though, your uncle and aunt, they will approve of me?
Oh, of course.
I have no dowry, not to speak of at any rate. But my father moves in high circles, as does my mother.
I wouldn't care if your father was a peasant in Corsica.
Corsica? I know the name.
Oh, it's some island full of savages in the Mediterranean. A friend of mine has just come back from a holiday there. Oh, let me look at you, Amelia. You're lovely, lovely, lovely. That's all I can say. Your eyes, your hair, your figure, your smile, your voice.
Oh, Louis, you overwhelm me. But you won't forget tonight is the night. Papa is in a very good mood.
I won't forget, sweetheart.
Oh, listen. Already they are starting to dance. My parents will be looking for me. Till later, Louis.
Before you go, just one. One kiss.
Oh, Louis.
I'm in heaven, Amelia. A heaven which I never thought existed. You're the loveliest creature in this whole world. And my life is yours from this moment on. And so the lovely Amelia Latouche, in her black velvet gown with the great silver sash, and silver bows in her hair, hurried to her papa and her mamma, while Louis stood entranced, staring after her, and then beyond into the lovely ballroom filled with richly dressed gentlemen and silk-clad ladies. Later, as he moved, dreamlike amongst this distinguished gathering, his mind and his thoughts were not with them. His eyes were forever following the lovely Emilie as she danced a measure first with this gentleman, then with that. Her fair hair gleaming under the myriad candles in their scintillating chandeliers, her soft laugh tinkling and reaching across the crowd to him. Finally, seeing his opportunity, he approached Emilie's father, and the two gentlemen retired to a small anteroom. Emilie's eyes flashed uneasily towards the closed door, but in a moment she had forgotten, for a minuet was being played, and she was asked to tread a measure by one of the best dancers in the room. And Emilie, with her light-heartedness and irresponsibility, loved dancing and soft lights and the feeling that all eyes were upon her. Meanwhile, as the night sped on moonless, the sky black with the stars, cold, hard, and glittering over this gracious house. These same stars glittered more brightly over the great valley below Mount Cyanthus in Corsica. Two men crouched in a thicket not far from the red glow which was discernible through the trees. Two men who had been sitting thus for some hours. No word had been spoken, but now the elder, bearded man broke the silence.
You hold the watch, Pietro. What is the time?
I cannot see. It's too dark. But I'm sure it would be after 12.
As soon as this wind drops, we shall strike a light and see. 3 o'clock is the hour, Pietro.
Does it get on towards morning, then?
I have been told that man has his deepest sleep at 3. They call it the hour of the dead. Indeed, it shall be the hour of the dead, because this dagger shall stop all life.
I think they're asleep now. There's been no sign of movement over there in the camp for the last 2 hours.
We play safe. But before we creep up on them, remember this, Pietro. There must be no mistake. At dusk you saw how the blankets were disposed. Lucien de Franchi sleeps inside the tent. The other man, Griffo, outside by the fire.
It means that you creep from the other side under the tent and attack Lucien. I deal with the other men.
That is correct. And we strike at the hour of the dead. 3 o'clock.
What on earth? Pierre.
It's you, Louis.
What are you doing here in my apartment?
Oh, I've been waiting for you. What's the time?
Struck 3 o'clock. I've just come home.
Oh, yes, from the ball. I didn't think you'd be as late as this. Gaston showed me to your apartment, and I went off to sleep. 3 o'clock? Good gracious, it's so late. What detained you?
What detained me? Oh, Pierre, I'm the happiest man in Paris, in the whole wide world. Tonight's been the most wonderful night of my life. In fact, from tonight, my life has started.
What do you mean?
I'm going to marry Mademoiselle Emilie Latouche.
Louis.
It's the truth. Tonight, when I met her at the reception, her father and mother were there. I was closeted with her father for over an hour. Everything's been arranged, and all that remains now is that I should talk with my uncle. But as you know, he'll offer no obstacles, no bar to my happiness.
I'm very happy to hear of your good fortune, Louis.
But why have you waited up so late, Pierre? Wouldn't tomorrow have done?
I've been very worried, Louis. I wanted to talk with you earlier this evening, but you were in no mood for serious talk.
I should say not, with the prospect of meeting Emilie after a separation between us. Yeah, you look very worried. The matter must be urgent when you wait till 3 in the morning. Wait till I come home.
It's so urgent, Louis, that Whatever way, I'm sorry that you committed yourself tonight.
What?
Oh, not that it would make any difference, I suppose, but what I have to tell you might have a great bearing on your future.
Pierre, don't look so solemn. Nothing can interfere with my happiness, nothing. Emilie loves me, and I love Emilie. We're going to be married, and that means I'm the luckiest man in the whole of France. You've seen her tonight, dancing the minuet. All eyes upon her. That lovely smile, her beautiful teeth.
Louis! Louis, what's the matter?
Oh, my heart! My heart!
Oh, Louis, let me help you to a chair. What's the matter, Louis? A heart attack?
No, the pain. I can't bear it.
Louis!
It's like a knife piercing my heart. The pain.
Louis!
The pain.
Louis, control yourself. Here, let me help you to the bed. It is a heart attack.
No, it's not the beating of the heart, but just up above here. Almost as though it were a knife. Cold steel. Tear it open, Pierre. Tear my shirt open. Can you see the wound? Can you see it?
There's nothing there, Louis. Louis.
Louis. I can't help it. If you only knew the pain.
Perhaps a drink of some kind. Is this wine in this decanter? If I can smell it. Oh, yes. Here, drink this. No, don't worry about a glass. Drink from the bottle. Force it through your lips. There. There. Is that better, Louis? Do you feel better?
I seem to be drifting.
Louis. Answer me. Louis. Louis! Great heavens. The bell rope. Where's the bell rope? I must get a servant. His uncle. His aunt. Everybody must be in bed. After 3. Oh, Louis, Louis! White as death. Death? Perhaps he is dead. His heart. I wonder if his heart is beating. Faintly. He's alive. Thank God. Oh, Gaston, it's Monsieur Prevost. He's very ill. Don't waste a minute. A doctor must be brought here at once.
Monsieur Godet's commands were immediately obeyed, and Gaston roused Louis's uncle and aunt. The doctor was summoned straight away, and he declared that Louis's heart was beating normally, and that physically the boy seemed to be in good health. However, his condition seemed to be almost trance-like, and Pierre, sorely troubled in mind, his thoughts flitting back to a twin brother in Corsica, waited fearfully at Louis's bedside. It was an hour after sunrise that at last Louis stirred. Pierre Godet bent eagerly over him, waiting for the first flickering signs of consciousness.
Louis. Louis.
Who's that? Oh, Pierre.
How are you feeling, Louis?
Where am I?
In your own bed. You've been ill, Louis.
Ill? What's been the matter? Oh, yes, I remember. A pain. A sudden pain right here.
Are you in pain now?
No. No, it's gone. I feel as though I'm just waking up, Pierre. In fact, I look so worried. I'm all right.
You were in great pain at 3 this morning. I'm afraid it put the house in a turmoil.
Really?
I had to rouse your uncle and aunt and the servants.
Where are they now?
Sleeping, getting a little rest. They've been up all night. However, the doctor satisfied them that there's no danger.
The doctor? I've had a doctor?
Yes. I thought at first you'd had a heart attack. The doctor seemed to disagree with that. But whatever it was, you seem well enough now.
I remember everything clearly now. Last night, Emilie... I told you about Emilie?
Oh, yes, of course. You're going to marry her.
Yes. I haven't told my uncle and aunt yet, but they'll be happy, very happy. My aunt's often told me that it's time that I began to cast around to choose a suitable wife. But, Pierre, you didn't tell me. You were waiting up for me when I came home.
Yes, Louis.
I'm so wrapped up in my own happiness that I just haven't been able to concentrate on anything else. You came back from Corsica suddenly. You said you wanted to have a serious talk with me. What's it all about?
I'm very worried, Louis. And after what happened at 3 this morning, I'm more worried than ever.
Oh, you please speak. Tell me everything. It concerns me.
Oh, naturally, that's why I'm here. Louis, you've got to prepare yourself for a great shock.
A shock?
While I was in Corsica, I met your mother.
My mother?
Yes.
But I'm an orphan. My mother and father are dead.
Your father is dead, but your mother's alive. Also, there's a twin brother.
A twin brother? What are you talking about? Explain.
I didn't tell you last night because your own thoughts were in a turmoil. You were going to meet Emilie. That's why I was waiting here for you when you came back. Louis, your mother and your brother are Corsicans.
Is this all some kind of a dream?
No, it's reality, stark reality, Louis. You see, your family... Oh, how can I explain? They're so different. They've been brought up in a different environment. You in the luxury here, the elegance, the magnificence of this house. You can't perhaps understand what it's like in Corsica. The savagery, the hate, and the vendetta.
You're talking in riddles. Besides, I know I'm an orphan. Peter said so.
Peter? Mme de Franchi spoke of Peter, the nurse. Where is Peter to be found?
Peter is dead. My family, that is, my uncle and aunt, never speak of this, Pierre, but I thought you knew. Peter was a maid working in their household. I was a child who had no mother and no father.
So Peter is dead?
Yes. When Peter died, my uncle, he's my adopted uncle, really, took me into his care. You see, both uncle and aunt never had any children. I was here. Well, I was brought up just as though I were their own son.
Oh, now it becomes so clear. Peter escaped from Corsica with you. She carried out your mother's wishes. She came here to Paris, worked in this house, and then you were adopted by its mistress and master.
It's generally regarded that I'm the nephew. But, Pierre, you astounded me in such a way that I just don't know how to begin to ask you the questions which are surging to my lips. If my mother's alive, who is she? What's she doing on the island of Corsica? How do you know these things? How did you find out?
Oh, I know. I know there are 1,000 questions that you'd ask me, Lucien.
Lucien?
I'm sorry, Louis. Louis, you and Lucien are one. To speak to you is to speak to Lucien. To speak to Lucien is to speak to you. I just can't get over it even now. And then, at 3 this morning, that pain above your heart. I feel that Lucien may be dead.
Dead?
Murdered by his hated enemies. Your hated enemies, the Gadici. That's the whole story, Louis. I've spared you nothing. I've given you every detail. Well? Well, Louis, why don't you speak?
I'm so amazed.
I know, my boy. This has come as a great shock.
You see, Uncle and Aunt, always I've looked on them as my mother and father. Of course, that hasn't been the case, really. Uncle's a hard man, I know. He has set ideas. His greatest unhappiness was that Aunt didn't bear him a son to carry on his name. That's why I was adopted, so that I could carry on bearing his name.
And now?
Now I find I have another name. De Franchi. An interesting name. Dear, what's my mother like?
She's tall, Louis. Tall, with black hair silvered at the temples. A proud face, perhaps even a little arrogant, but a wide brow with the most wonderful brown eyes. They seem to look deep down into the soul.
And my brother?
Look at yourself in the mirror. There you'll find your brother. Well, now you know the truth. And if you want the proof, Louis, I think you'll find that it's here on this wall. This broken half of a sword. This and the fact that your mother spoke of to Peter. And now you speak of her yourself.
My mother is in danger. 29 against 2.
Perhaps 29 against 1. I discovered from your mother that your brother has these strange moods that you yourself have, Louis. Sometimes he's unaccountably happy. I've wondered, and she's wondered too, whether it's some bond that's between you. This terrible pain that you experienced, I wonder about that too. Louis, what are you going to do?
There's only one thing to do, Pierre. I must go to Corsica. I have my duty to my family.
Louis.
Do you think I'm wrong?
Oh, no. No, you're not wrong, my boy, but I fear for you. There's danger. Horrible danger for you out there.
Oh, madame.
Tell me quickly, Lucien. How did it happen?
It all happened so quickly, so suddenly. You see, madame, we were asleep. They came upon us in the dead of night. We were hunting, as you know, and we camped in the valley below Mount Cyanthus. Lucien and I had shot pheasant early in the afternoon, and we'd baked one of those birds over the campfire and then gone to our beds to sleep.
He is dead.
I will tell you the story, madame. We slept early because we were to rise at 5. Lucien inside the tent and myself outside. For as you know, madame, I've always slept where I could see the stars. And we were very tired, madame, and that is why we slept so heavily. But in the middle of the night, we suddenly heard a shot. A shot? Aye, madame. It seemed to come from far off, and we both awakened at the same instant. That was a shot, I cried to Lucien, and I reached for my gun straight away. But in the next moment, I heard a cry from inside the tent, and in the flickering firelight, I saw 2 figures struggling, and before I could reach my gun or a knife, down came the right hand of his assassin.
Oh.
Lucien cried out. He cried out not in pain, madame. It was a cry to me to flee, to come to you, to protect you, because he could do no more. And then before I knew where I was, madame, I was struggling with a second assassin.
The Medici.
I know who one of them was, madame. It was dark, but the one who was struggling with me, I heard him call, Dino, are you all right?
Dino. Marianne's father. The head of the house.
And then Dino answered, madame, and said, I have killed the boy. Where are you? Where are you?
Killed him. Killed him.
And then the other one came out of the tent, and because there were 2 to deal with, madame, because I knew I would have no chance and that Lucien would have been struck down, I ran to my horse. I mounted and ridden bareback all the way to you.
Oh, Griffo.
Oh, madame, what can I say? I have failed you, haven't I? But Lucien's last words were that I should come to you.
I knew this would happen, Griffo. Sooner or later, I knew the Medici would take my son. Is it any wonder that I want to protect the other?
The other? Madame, what do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing.
What can I do, madame?
Leave me, please. Leave me alone. I will send for you later. As it is, you look as though you need sleep, rest, some food.
No, I am too sick at heart to eat, madame. I am so ashamed of myself. So ashamed, madame.
So, another goes to the Medici. My own son, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. Now there is only myself left. Myself and Louis. Louis, he must not come here. They will kill him as they have killed Lucien. They will kill Louis and then me. Finally, there will be no one of us left. The Medici will have won out. After so many years, they will have won. Oh, Lucien. Lucien.
Walking slowly up the stairs, Madame went to her room, knelt down before a bronze icon hanging by the bedside, and there she prayed for 2 hours. Then, as though in a trance, she moved to the windows and gazed out across the mountains to the broken silhouettes of the snow-capped peaks in the distance. Beyond those peaks, in a valley shut off from the sea, her son's body must lie at this moment, victim in a cruel vendetta which she had known ever since she had married into the de Franchi family. We leave Madame in her twilight mood of grief and travel the Mediterranean Sea once again to a rose-colored boudoir in the house of the Latouches. Here is joyousness and gaiety, as Emilie prattles excitedly about her forthcoming marriage to Louis Prévost. Her Aunt Cecilia tries to curb this chatter, but she herself is also interested in spite of her severe demeanor.
We shall have a light town couch with 2 grey houses, and the postilions will be liveried in black and silver.
Emilie, your tongue runs away with you.
And so will Monsieur Prévost's purse run away with me, too. I shall demand the largest string of pearls in Paris as a wedding present.
And you think you will get them?
Why not? I have made, ever so many inquiries about Louis. His uncle and aunt are fabulously wealthy. And from what he tells me, we shall be installed in the country residence, the loveliest chateau in the whole of France, with a huge lake in front, and swans and deer in the park. I shall improve on the terrace. There will be peacocks. They are picturesque. And myself in a long green gown, with black parasol, with saffron trimmings.
In spite of your prattle, young lady, you're very lucky. I've had it from several that many young women have chased Louis Prevost, but not one could demand his attention.
I did not chase him. I don't chase anyone.
You don't have to, my child. Gifted as you are with such fair hair and such provocative blue eyes. But have a care.
Have a care?
Oh, you're very willful. You're not without guile. And although the people who think they're clever perhaps gain it in a temporary way, sometimes there is retribution.
There will be no retribution for me. So long as I have my pearls and my ermine and my coach and a place in court, I don't care.
Such confidence.
Well, my father knows only the best people in Paris. His great handicap was lack of money. I shall have the advantage of being my father's daughter, and I shall also have money. Oh, Cecily, why did you never marry?
Because I was in love, child.
In love? All the more reason why you should marry.
The man I happened to love was already a married man. You can count yourself lucky that you love one who's not married, one who is eligible, and one who's thoroughly worthy to be your husband. Perhaps too worthy.
I think the balance is equal. If you could have heard Annette last night when I told her, the jealousy in her eyes, the envy.
Don't gloat about it, my dear. Annette cannot help her look.
She will never get a husband. Of that I am perfectly sure. Oh, what it is to be fat.
She's a very sweet girl.
Sweet like a big, fat, sugary pig.
Millie, don't talk like that.
Like a big, fat, sugary pig. Bulges and all.
That's my story, Uncle. Monsieur Godet will bear me out.
I am amazed, Louis. Amazed. I still can't believe
that Louis has a family in Corsica. Come with me, Monsieur Prevost, and you'll be certain. I met Lucien de Franchi. To talk with him is an uncanny experience. Why, look, even now as Louis frowns, there are the same wrinkles, the same creases over his forehead.
When Pepita came to work in our household, she never mentioned Corsica.
Well, that was because she'd been paid to keep quiet. Mme de Franchi made her swear that she'd never tell a living soul where the boy came from.
All because Madame wanted this son to live. A small comfort for her when she would never have an opportunity of seeing him.
She will have now, monsieur. I feel it my duty to go to my mother.
And supposing we disapprove of this, Louis?
But you wouldn't, surely, Uncle. After all, Mme de Franchi is my mother. I have a brother as well. There are 29 murderous cutthroats ready to fall upon them. They may need me.
Need you? But what help would you be? Your aunt has always had a horror of warfare and the fight. That's why you were never taught defense, why you were never taught to use a pistol. And at Corsica, my son, to enter Corsica as a de Franchi, unable to defend yourself, well, it would be sheer madness.
Then it's time enough for me to learn.
Does it mean nothing that we have brought you up as our own child?
You've been very kind, Uncle. You've treated me so well, but you must remember, too, that it was necessary for you to have someone to carry on after you. There were no children by your own marriage, and no one else to carry on after you and my aunt had gone.
Your aunt would never allow it. And I am of the same opinion. It would be sheer ungratefulness if you left us, Louis.
But I may come back. Perhaps I might even bring my mother back with me.
What? Bring a peasant woman and her son to this house?
A peasant woman, Uncle? What talk is this?
I want you to understand, Louis, that you've been brought up amongst gentlemen and ladies, amongst noblemen and people of the court. To ask such people to meet a woman such as Monsieur Godet has described, a woman who lives in the mountains like a peasant?
Stop it, Uncle. Don't say these things. You're talking of my own mother.
A woman whom you don't even know.
That may be. But her blood is mine, and mine hers. And I must go to her.
Then if you must, you must. But listen carefully to what I have to say, Louis. You have loved Julius. It's the one thing I despise more than anything else in this world is ungratefulness. If you go to Corsica and take up with your own family, you sever with us.
What?
What is more, in spite of the fact that you've told me that you intend to marry a certain young lady in this city, I might tell you that you will be obliged to inform her family that there will be no prospects. Leave us and go to Corsica, and you are disinherited.
You don't mean this, monsieur.
And why not? We've brought this boy up, gave him education, polished him, lavished everything that money could buy on him. And what does he do now? He turns round and tells me that he prefers his family in Corsica, a family of which he has heard nothing until this moment.
But they're my own flesh and blood.
And we are nothing. You've made that quite apparent. You are the most ungrateful boy that it's ever been my misfortune to meet.
Don't say that, Monsieur Prevost. Put yourself in Louis's place. I told you what I told Louis, that his mother is on that island defenseless. There's one other son, Louis's twin. But I fear that something frightful has happened to him.
No, you have no proof of this.
Only that Louis became so ill at 3 this morning. There's something between these two boys, a bond. It happened with the other twin.
Oh, not as closely as this, surely. And the twins have been separated since birth.
Oh, but don't you understand? These boys were one. A doctor was called in to separate them. There's something more than the bond of two brothers.
Ah, stuff and nonsense. Well, Louis, you have my last word. Go to Corsica, and you need never come back to this house.
My duty is plain, sir. If I were not to go to Corsica, my own flesh and blood would think me a coward, and nobody could ever accuse me of that. Is that really your last word?
Yes. There's nothing more to say.
Very well. In that case, I better go and say goodbye to my aunt.
No, don't trouble. When I tell her my story, when I tell her how ungrateful you've been, she won't wish to see you ever again.
Uncle, are you dismissing me as quickly as this? All in a matter of minutes, without any thought, without any consideration as to the true state of affairs?
I've heard enough and seen enough to judge for myself. We brought up someone who is not worthy of the Prevost name. I shall tell your aunt now. Goodbye, Louis.
Goodbye, Uncle.
Oh, Louis. What can I say?
There's nothing to say, Pierre.
If only I hadn't gone to Corsica. If only I hadn't tried to pry into the secret. Your mother was terrified. She told me to keep out, to stop asking questions, and now I... Oh, Louis.
I'm glad. My uncle has always been a hard man, but I didn't think that he could be as hard as this. To dismiss me without any consideration at all.
It's a most difficult position. I don't know what to say, Louis. Of course, the decision rests with you.
The decision has already been made. You saw how my uncle acted?
I know, but if you were to go to him now, all would be well.
Now that I know the truth, there's only one place for me. Corsica and my mother. It's then that I can discuss what's to be done.
And Mademoiselle Latouche?
She'll understand. She loves me. She's to be my wife. I must go to her at once and tell her the truth about myself.
But are you sure that...
Sure about what?
Oh, nothing, Louis. Go to Mademoiselle Latouche, and I hope all will be well.
I'll turn right round. The back. How is the back, Annette? Beautiful. Oh, Emily, such slender lines. If only I were like you. If you were not so fond of truffles and game and sweet cakes, you would be like me, Annette. Never. Oh, Emily, you are so lucky. A handsome young beau who's soon to be your husband, and that wonderful chateau with a lake and the peacocks. Don't forget the peacocks. Oh, if only I were as fortunate. You may be. The soiree at the Telecombs tonight will draw many important people. Franz Liszt is playing, and you know what that means. And I have heard... Why, Annette, it's an idea for you. What is this? My aunt tells me that a captain has lately come to Paris. A captain who has spoken with the king himself and who was received at court. His name is Captain Chateau Renaud. He will be there. What of it? What of it, indeed? It is rumored that he is fabulously rich, that he has 6 ships, and makes enormous money wherever these ships go. Why don't you set your cap at him? Me? Why not? I'll call the girls in and we'll tighten your corsets. That'll give you some shape. And perhaps some blue ribbons instead of those ugly black ones you have in your hair. That might be an improvement. Remember the name, Captain Chateau Renaud. I'll make it my business to seek him out for you as soon as we get there. But you don't know him yourself? Oh, but that's easy. Somebody will introduce us. Oh, Everything is so easy for you, Emily. What it is to be... Oh, enter. Yes, Yvette.
A gentleman to see you, mademoiselle.
A gentleman to see me this hour? Who is it?
It is Monsieur Prévost.
Monsieur Prévost? But we were to meet him later at the soiree.
He says it is very urgent, mademoiselle.
In that case, I'd better go downstairs and see him. Call the girls in, Annette, and do something about that waist of yours. Where did you put him, Yvette?
He is in the brougham. He seems very upset, mademoiselle.
Upset? I just can't understand. And at this hour? Couldn't he have waited?
Emilie.
Louis, what are you doing here?
I came to see you most importantly, Emilie, because... Well, I don't feel in the mood for a soiree tonight. For people. But I had to see you alone.
What's the matter? Don't you realize that Franz Liszt will be playing tonight? And that if you missed him...
I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood for music or for anything else. I've come to say goodbye for the present.
Goodbye?
Yes. You, of all the people in this world, will understand, Emilie. I know. Something's happened. Something very serious. I have to go to Corsica.
To Corsica?
Yes. I discovered something astounding. My mother is still alive.
But is that so astounding? Everybody has a mother alive or dead. Oh, I look so worried.
Well, it's just that there are complications. Emilie, could you put off the soiree tonight? I want so to be alone. I want to tell you everything that's happened. There's so much to tell, so much to talk about.
Put everything off? With Franz Liszt himself playing? Are you out of your mind, Louis? Everybody will be there. The town's been talking about this soiree for months. Can't what you had to say wait until tomorrow?
I'm afraid not. In the first place, I'm much too upset. And in the second place, something might be happening in Corsica. Something very serious concerning my mother. Can you spare me half an hour?
I'm late already.
And you'll have to wait until I come back. You see, we're traveling tonight.
We?
Yes, Monsieur Godet and myself. We have to catch a boat early tomorrow at Toulon. And Emilie...
Yes?
I'm not at home at the Rue Garbelet anymore. I've quarreled with my uncle and aunt. I'm disinherited.
Disinherited?
Yes. It's all part of what's happened. Oh, Emilie, if you could only spare me this evening...
Disinherited? You mean the money that was to be left to you, the chateau in the country, will not be yours?
No, Emilie.
I see.
But it doesn't make any difference, does it? You love me.
I love you? Oh, yes. Yes, of course I do. But I'm very sorry, Louis. Perhaps it's only a temporary quarrel.
I don't think so. You don't know my uncle. He's a very strange man. If it had been my aunt, things might have been different. But as it is now, I'm afraid we've parted for good.
I see. How very unfortunate.
But there will be prospects of a kind, Emilie. I have my own money. Money that was given to me on my 21st birthday by my aunt. Not a great deal, but we shall be quite comfortable.
Oh, yes, yes.
But I can't make any definite plans, not now. After this short visit to Corsica, I'll come back, and then we can talk about our future.
But of course. Well, Louis, I'm very much behind with my time. I shall have to hurry upstairs, so I must say goodbye.
Goodbye, Emilie. I'll be thinking of you, darling, all the time I'm away. I'll be back just as soon as I can.
Oh, don't hurry.
What?
Don't hurry if your business is urgent. I can wait. Goodbye, Louis.
Goodbye, my heart, my life.
Permit me to introduce Monsieur Captain Chateau-Renaud, Mademoiselle Emilie Latouche.
I'm charmed to meet you.
Monsieur?
Ah, Duchess, I want...
Perhaps you might think it an impertinence to say that I've been wanting to meet you ever since your name was announced.
Thank you, monsieur. By a strange coincidence, I have been wanting to meet you.
Really? But I'm quite sure my charms as a male could not possibly equal yours as a female.
Oh, monsieur.
Why do you laugh?
Monsieur le Captain, your talk is, shall we say, unusual.
Some people call me an unusual man. Tell me, did you really want to meet me? I haven't been long in Paris.
I know. I wanted to meet you, monsieur, because there is a cousin of mine who has heard about you.
Yes?
She wants to meet you, and not knowing many people here, she was not able to arrange an introduction.
Indeed.
I am very outspoken, am I not, monsieur? She would be very angry if she knew that I had spoken such truth.
I admire frankness.
You and I should get along very well together, mademoiselle.
I think so, too. In fact...
Yes, mademoiselle?
In fact, monsieur, I don't think I will introduce you to my cousin at all. I'm selfish enough to claim your company entirely. If you have no objections.
Objections, mademoiselle? This is the most exciting moment since I've been in Paris. So sudden, so unexpected. You are the most unusual woman I've ever met. I hope nobody intrudes. You're a very unusual young woman.
You're a most unusual man.
But why?
You're outspoken, too.
Well, if I admire, why not speak of it? You're the loveliest girl I have ever met.
Monsieur le Capitaine.
And what is more, you know it.
But how should I know?
I saw you when you came into the room. Half a dozen young rakes were round you in an instant.
But I am betrothed.
Betrothed?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
That makes it much more difficult, Captain Renault.
Yes, much more difficult. You mean...
The air is full of insinuations, is it not? Anyhow, Captain, forget that I had been so bold. If my mamma and papa could hear me now...
Why have you been so outspoken with me, seeing that we've only just met?
Because, well, when frankness meets frankness...
In spite of a betrothal?
In spite of anything, monsieur. I think perhaps, though, we should get to know each other better. I might even let you sit next to me when Franz Liszt plays his compositions tonight.
That would be a great honor.
And now... Oh, why, botheration.
Oh? What's the matter?
Why, look, it is my cousin Annette coming towards us. It was she, monsieur, who was so anxious to meet you, not I.
Yes, so you told me.
And now I must introduce you as I promised. What a pity. I was hoping to keep you to myself.
Judging from the look of the young lady, I don't think you will be disappointed, mademoiselle.
I've been looking for you everywhere. Annette, this is Captain Chateau Renault. This is my cousin, Annette Printemps. How do you do? I was about to bring the captain to the other room to look for you, Annette. I was most anxious for him to meet you. His tales of the sea are most interesting.
And how do you know?
Well, they should be, monsieur. After all, scandal says that you own 6 ships, and that they go into every port of the world.
Scandal is right. But scandal would be much more noisome if scandal knew how those ships made the money for me.
Monsieur, don't tell me you're a contrabandist. Don't tell me you're a smuggler.
A smuggler? That's rich, a smuggler.
Emily, your papa has been looking everywhere for you. I think perhaps... Papa? Oh, Monsieur le Capitaine, I must go. Perhaps later we can continue our talk.
Have you forgotten you promised to sit next to me at the recital?
Of course. Excuse me, monsieur.
Yes, certainly.
And perhaps we will meet you later, Monsieur le Capitaine.
Yes, perhaps. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Oh, isn't he wonderful, Emily? Very rugged. And I like rugged men. Emily, it is not for you to talk in this way. Why not? You are betrothed. Oh, Emily, you are clever. Am I? Yes. To think that out of all this gathering here, you went out of your way to be introduced to Le Capitaine Chateau Renault so that you could introduce him to me. There's been talk about him even tonight here. What you said was very daring. What do you mean? I'm told that he is so fabulously rich because one of his ships is indeed engaged in smuggling. That is what I like about Captain Chateau Renault. He is so different to the dandies and the fops one meets in this place. He is exciting. Emily, if Louis Prévost could hear you now. Louis Prévost? Poor Louis.
Well, Louis, I hope we'll make it in good time.
Oh, I'm sorry I was so late, Pierre, but there was a great deal to do.
I had to go and see Amelie.
Naturally.
And then I had to make arrangements about my clothes.
You know, I'm sorry you've broken with your uncle and aunt. Really, I am.
So am I. Uncle was a strange man, but I was fond of him in my way. As for my aunt, well, her husband's word is law. She'll have no mind about this except my uncle's mind.
Pity. A great pity. I still don't believe, though, that he'll disinherit you, Louis.
Oh, yes, he will. When my uncle issues a decree, he carries it out. I know him of old.
Oh, I feel so guilty. If I hadn't probed this secret in Corsica, you'd not be placed in this position. Why, you had the prospect of being one of the wealthiest young men in Paris. But now...
Now I've found that I'm not an orphan. There are compensations, Pierre.
But what has Amelie to say about this? You told her?
Yes.
Perhaps her father would be dubious about the marriage now.
Oh, it wouldn't matter. We're so much in love, Emilie and I, that I know nothing will stop us getting married, Pierre. Anyhow, as I told Emilie, I have means. I'm not wealthy, but I'm comfortable. I'm sure I could satisfy her father that I'd be able to care for Emilie for the rest of her life.
I'm glad, Louis. Frankly, I was worried. I know how much in love you are with Emilie Latouche, and if anything had happened in that direction...
Oh, don't give it a thought. Emilie and I understand each other. And when I've settled my affairs in Corsica, I'll come back and claim her for my own.
Meanwhile, what of Louis's family in Corsica? Mme de Franchi, her dark eyes underlined with grief, had stayed in her room most of the previous day. Then she had sent Griffo to the valley below Mount Cyanthus to find what remained of her beloved son. Towards dusk the next day, as she stares out towards the broken peaks in the far distance, she hears the sound of a horse galloping up the track leading to the house. Griffo has returned, and Madame hurries to the front door to meet him.
Oh, Madame, I searched the valley. There's no sign of Lucien's body.
So, they have denied me his body. They are not satisfied, not content with Lucien's life. They must take his body away and deny me his burial.
Oh, Madame, they are cruel. They are bloodthirsty. I'm not of your family, but I've worked for your family all my life. And somewhere, somehow, Madame, you will be revenged.
I am a woman, one defenseless woman. There are so many of them, Griffo. I fear that the writing is on the wall.
Madame, you must be brave.
While you have been away, Griffo, something has been puzzling me. I was so stricken when I heard the news, I forgot to question you. You say that you were awakened suddenly when the Medici crept upon you and Lucien.
Aye, that is right, Madame.
You heard a shot fired.
Aye, Madame. While I was riding towards the valley, I too was thinking about that shot. It is something which I cannot understand.
Nor can I. You say it was a shot fired from a distance.
That is right, Madame. And had it not been for that shot, I too would be lying dead. That knife would have been in my heart before my eyes were open.
But what does it mean? Why fire a shot and then attack? That would be a warning for you both.
Well, Madame, the only conclusion I can come to is that shot was fired accidentally by one of the Medici. One of the Medici, Madame, who was perhaps waiting on the fringes of the forest. Aye, waiting for their murderous cousins to do their foul work.
Strange. And now they have taken the body of my son. It is torture, Griffo. I am denied the last funeral rites. It is almost too much for me to bear.
Worried? Naturally you would be. You knew of our mission.
What happened? Father, you were successful?
Successful? Do you hear that, Pietro? Were we successful?
Well, yes. One got away, Marianne, but the other... Oh, yes. The de Franchi is ours.
Is ours? But I don't understand. You went to the valley to kill Lucien de Franchi.
Most certainly we did, Marianne. But your father's getting old. Well, perhaps it might have been the darkness which misled me. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately now, the knife did not find his heart.
Then that means...
It means, my dear Marianne, that with the last male member of the de Franchi, our revenge will wipe out all the insults, all the cruelties, all the injustice of the last few hundred years. We have brought him here to the village.
You You have brought Lucien de Franchi here? He really is alive?
Alive, yes, but unconscious. We treated him tenderly, Marianne. That is what delayed us on the treacherous mountain path. We brought him here because we shall nurse him back to health.
But I do not understand.
Quite simple. When he is himself once again, we shall flog him before all the members of our family. In other words, we shall humiliate the de Franchi before we put out the spark of life. That will be our perfect and our just revenge. Isn't it wonderful news, Marianne? A perfect revenge for us, a payment, blow for blow, killing for everything that our family has suffered over the last few 100 years.
Where is this Lucien?
We've left him in the coach house. The coach house. That's where he belongs.
That's our pigsty.
That'll be rich. We'll nurse him back to health in the pigsty.
No, don't.
Why not?
Well, perhaps you might not be able to nurse him back to health in the pigsty, Father. Disease might cheat you.
That is a consideration, Dino.
Yes.
Is he very ill? The wound.
He's lost a lot of blood. That's why we were such a long time getting back. He had to be slung up on the donkey. We were forced to go slowly.
Are you sure he's not dying?
His heart still beats, but he's been unconscious all the time. Marianne, I'll leave it to you to arrange with your women to have him nursed back to health.
Perhaps I will do it myself.
You?
Well, why not, if you want him to live? I'd better go to him now, just in case...
In case of what?
He may be dying.
If he is, then all our work is for nothing, bringing him here. But I hope for the satisfaction it will bring us that he will live. We'll go with you, Marianne. Carry him to the bedroom. Where do you think?
There are rooms which run along the side of the house by the rose garden. One of those. Father, did he put up a fight?
He fought like a lion. I've never known such strength. Well, there he is.
You've thrown him on the floor. If he is so
You're
ill...
not concerned about him, surely.
Concerned? Oh, of course I'm not. Except that... Well, there's the vengeance to come, isn't there? The humiliation for him.
Of course.
How white he is. Almost like death. His heart. I wonder if his heart beats. Yes. He still lives. Father, carry him at once to the room by the rose garden. And you, Uncle, call a doctor. His condition is very low, I fear. And he will need all our help if he's to live at all.
Aren't you coming down below to rest, Louis?
Oh, I'd rather stay here on deck. It's cool and fresh, and I can look out towards my birthplace. It's somewhere out there in the darkness.
Corsica.
I little dreamed, Pierre, that I came from such savage stock. I'm not like a Corsican, am I?
Not at all. The Corsicans, they're a hard-bitten people, quick of temper, quarrelsome. At the same time, they're courteous when needs be.
And my mother lives out there beyond all that water. My mother and a brother who is my twin. It'll be strange meeting him, Pierre. Strange to look somebody in the face who looks like the same person that reflects from your mirror.
You've had time to think, Louis. What's going to happen to you when you reach Corsica?
I don't know. It's in the lap of the gods. I was rather hoping that I might persuade my mother to come back to France. Tell me, what are these Gadici like?
Well, I've never met any of them, but from what I've heard, they're a bloodthirsty lot.
They probably say the same of the de Franchi. Ah, the stars are bright tonight.
That's because there's no moon.
Look up there. Gemini.
Gemini?
Yes, Gemini. The sign of the twins. Castor and Pollux. Two stars that might easily be my brother and myself. Castor and Pollux. Louis and Lucien. I wonder if those two stars rule our destinies. According to the signs of the zodiac, I was born under Gemini, both myself and my brother.
You believe in the future of the stars?
I believe that your future is what you make it. That's why, Pierre, I've refused to let anyone sway me in coming to Corsica. I make my own future by my own actions.
In making your own future, perhaps you influence your brother's future. For after all, you're both Castor and Pollux, and each belongs to the other, sharing the same sorrows, delighting in the same joys.
Not altogether. We'd have separate lives, too. I, for instance, am in love with Mme Latouche. Probably Lucien's in love with somebody in Corsica. He'll eventually marry, so will I. So that while our paths lie in different directions, they still run parallel. Castor and Pollux. Louis.
Madame, I brought you some supper.
Take it away, Griffo.
Oh, Madame, please. You've not eaten for 2 days. Just a bowl of warm milk, please, and some chestnut bread.
No, Griffo, I couldn't.
Oh, Madame, the wound will heal in time. Even though there's no one to carry on your name. All your family, Madame, have fought bravely and fought well.
There may be someone else, Griffo.
Someone else? What do you mean, Madame?
We won't speak of it now. We won't... Listen. Horses. I hear them again.
I hear nothing, Madame.
Horses coming from Iazio. Tell Mario to prepare the house for visitors.
Aye.
Have the table laid, put food in the oven.
Aye, Madame.
The visitors are for us. I have been expecting those horses for some time past.
The hoofbeats which only Madame's acute ears could hear drew nearer and nearer to the tumbled village which had been built on the mountain crags. Madame was right. On one horse sat Pierre Godet, on the other her own son, Louis, the boy whom she had not seen since that tragic night in the castle when Pepita had fled away from those who would have put an end to his life. Carefully and with meticulous care, Mme de Franchi arrayed herself in a handsome black velvet dress with a rope of pearls, relics of her ancestors, and earrings to match, and a fan-shaped comb in her raven black hair. Walking slowly down the stairs, she stood at the entrance waiting for the horseman to round the bend which led to the house. The unwitting Griffo, not realizing that there was another son in existence, had already opened the gates and was waiting to receive the horses and take them to the stables. And when at last these horsemen came into sight and drew up alongside the gates, Pierre, who rode ahead, called a welcome.
Good evening, Griffo.
Why, it's Monsieur Godet.
It's lucky that you recognize me, Griffo. It's getting so dark.
My eyes are getting old, Monsieur. But Madame guessed that it would be you and a friend. May I take your horses?
Thank you. Oh, and will you take this gentleman's horse, too?
No! No!
Griffo?
No, it's a ghost, Monsieur Godet. The man who rides behind you is a ghost rider. Look! Oh, no!
Griffo, calm yourself. You're making a mistake.
No, Monsieur, an apparition. Oh, Madame!
Griffo, keep quiet. Listen to Monsieur Godet. The gentleman who rides behind him is not Lucien.
But, Madame, look for yourself. He's still there. Oh, Madame, what does it mean?
Griffo, this is a day of history for the de Franchi. Monsieur Godet, will you please present my son?
Louis, is there any need to tell you that this is your mother?
I knew you would come. Give me your hand, Louis. Let me look at you. Oh, it's uncanny, the likeness. You could be Lucien. You are Lucien. It is almost as though in the losing of my other son that God has sent me you. Well, my boy, we have had our first talk, a mother and a son. Am I different to the woman you expected?
No, you're just as I pictured you. Your hands, the long, tapering fingers. Your black hair veined with silver. Your dark eyes. Mother, may I touch your hands?
My son, give me your hands.
To feel your hands, the closeness of you, and to know that you're one of my blood, that I'm part of you. I've often heard the word mother. To me, it's always been an abstract word, meaningless. But now...
Although you have been separated from me since you were a baby, Louis, I love you. My love has traveled always beyond the Mediterranean to some place in France. Time and time again, I have tried to picture where you were, or what you would be like. I never realized until Monsieur Godet came here that you were the image of Lucien.
Madame, I can't tell you how horrified I am to hear about Lucien. You're quite sure he's dead?
Griffo couldn't find his body. And the Medici wouldn't spare him, monsieur. We all know that. And yet, Louis, you would know.
I?
Yes. There were other twins in the de Franchi family before you and Lucien. Between them was a bond which I feel is between you and your brother. It was written by each of them in their own blood on parchment, and exchanged between them these oaths on parchment, that should one die, his spirit would appear to the other, telling him of his death.
And this happened, madame?
Yes. The twins became separated. One was ambushed by the Medici and stabbed. At that same moment his brother had a vision. He saw his twin and knew that he had come to his death. Louis, what happened 3 nights ago at... What time was it, Griffo?
It was about 3 in the morning, madame.
What happened, Louis? Where were you and what were you doing?
Where was I? Why, madame, I was talking to Monsieur Godet in my own apartment. And then suddenly there was a pain right here about my heart. A terrible pain.
He rolled over on the floor in agony.
It is a proof, then. A proof that between you two there is the same bond that there was between your twin ancestors. What else happened, Louis? You saw your brother?
I saw nothing, not a thing.
You're quite sure?
I'm certain. I became unconscious.
Griffo, do you hear this? Oh, Monsieur Godet, Louis, I truly believe now that my son Lucien is alive. Wounded, perhaps, but alive. It is for us to find him and bring him home. Lucien is alive, I'm sure of it.
But, madame, this is all supposition on your part.
The Medici would have no mercy, madame.
I don't care what any of you say. When twins were born to me, I believed that there was a bond between them, as there was between the twin ancestors. When one of the boys should die, he would appear before the other at that exact moment, wherever he was.
Madame, you say that my brother was stabbed?
Yes.
You're quite sure?
Griffo saw it with his own eyes.
Then I was stabbed. Truly I was, madame. Just here above the heart. The most terrible pain I've ever known in my life.
I should say so. His hands clawed and clawed at the curtain and brought it tearing over his head. He rolled over and over on the floor in agony.
Oh, then it is all clear. During moments of great emotion, you and Lucien experienced the same physical reaction. You had no vision, therefore I know...
Madame, don't be so sure about this. After all, it's only folklore.
Folklore? It is family history. Family history in which this boy is steeped, even though he was brought up in Paris. Griffo, something must be done. You must question the peasants. You must go to Mount Ciantus. Talk with the winemakers there and the farmers. Find out everything you can. Somewhere in Corsica, Lucien lies badly wounded. He must be found and brought home.
Somewhere in Corsica, if Madame could transfer herself at this moment to a low-ceilinged, whitewashed room overlooking a garden from which comes the perfume of many roses, she would see her son Lucien lying white and still on a small iron bed. A candle burns on a small table at his bedside, and by the table sits a dark-eyed girl with her eyes fixed intently on the still white face. Marianne Medici has been sitting here for 2 hours, watching the still form on the bed. There is no sound in the room other than the slight clutter of a moth which bumps its way about the walls and then backwards and forwards across the candle. Occasionally, the shadow of its wings flickers across the impassive face of the girl, who has been seated expressionless. But suddenly, she leans forward quickly.
Lucien. Lucien.
Oh.
Lucien.
Oh, where am I?
Can you see me?
I can see someone.
I didn't think you'd ever open your eyes. The doctor said you were out of danger. But the color of your face, almost as white as the wall.
My face, white as walls. Who are you?
Don't you know?
I can hardly see you.
Are you Maria?
Maria? Who is Maria?
My mother's maid. No, you're not Maria. Your voice is richer, deeper.
Look carefully. Can't you see the face? The face that's like a pale blue mist.
Like a pale blue mist. Like... Oh, Marianne Medici.
Your enemy, Monsieur de Franchi. I think the tables are turned somewhat.
Oh, where am I? What is this room? Griffo. Where's Griffo? Griffo!
You waste your breath and perhaps your life if you move too much, monsieur. Your lifeblood was nearly drained. And you are here a prisoner of the Medici.
A prisoner?
The tables are turned, monsieur. Once you held me prisoner. Now, I hold you.
Oh, how strange. How very strange. And yet... Yes, Marianne. Now that my vision grows clearer, your skin has that mist-like quality. Mist-like, and yet hard.
Hard?
Yes. Ah, pity. I am sorry we ever met again, Marianne. I had always thought of the softness. From now on, it seems I shall only know the hardness.
Getting late, madame. I think I'll be off to bed.
You have had a heavy day, both you and Louis, traveling for so long.
No, I'm not tired.
What about you, madame?
I shall not sleep until Griffo comes back.
Do you think he'll be able to find out anything?
Griffo has a nose for news. He will call at the various villages, find out if anything has been heard of Lucien.
I sincerely hope that you're right in your premonition.
It is not a premonition. It is something I firmly believe in. The fact that history will repeat itself, knowing that if anything happened to Lucien, if he died, his brother would know.
I believe that, too. Even though I haven't met Lucien, my own brother. The fact that I went through so much pain in Paris when Lucien was stabbed.
It proves everything, my son.
Well, I think I'll leave you two. No doubt you have a great deal to say to each other. It's been a most important meeting for you both. Good night, madame.
Good night, Monsieur Godet.
And good night, Louise. We'll meet at breakfast in the morning.
Good night, Pierre, and thanks for everything.
Oh, that's all right.
A very fine man.
My best friend in Paris. He feels very guilty because of what he's done, probing your secret.
Are you sorry?
Me? Oh, no, Mother. I've had the strangest feeling all through dinner. In fact, ever since I met you. To know that you're a mother, my mother, and that I belong to you and you to me. Somehow it gives me a different feeling in the world at large. A feeling that I really do belong to someone.
But I understand you were adopted.
Oh, yes, but my uncle and aunt, they're different somehow.
There is no love like a mother's love.
Yes, there is.
There is?
There's another love. Something so blinding, so all-enveloping, so overwhelming that you lose yourself in it, Mother.
This girl, what is she like?
Oh, the most wonderful girl in the whole of Paris. Beautiful to look at and with a nature to match.
And she loves you?
Just as much as I love her. She's told me so. You'll meet her, Mother, of course, whether she comes to Corsica or whether you come to Paris. You'll meet her and love her.
If she is to be my daughter-in-law, I hope that will be the case, my son.
And what about Lucien? Is there anybody in his life? Any girl on this island with whom he's fallen in love?
Nobody. Lucien is a strange boy, Lucien. He has always held himself aloof from women. Of course, there is not much in the way of beauty here, except perhaps one. But her soul is as wicked as her face is beautiful.
Who is that?
She is our bitter enemy, yours and Lucien. Her name is Marianne Medici. Everybody talks of her beauty, but let me warn you now. If ever you should come face to face with Marianne, reach for your pistol.
I can't shoot.
You must learn. Your brother Lucien will teach you both to shoot and to use a sword and to hunt. He is a past master at the art.
Of course, I've heard of Corsica and its vendetta warfare, but I never thought that the women were involved as well.
Let me tell you, Louis, that Marianne Medici is the greatest enemy among the Medici. It is she who has sworn to wipe us out as a family. Always I am secretly amused, because I flattered myself that nobody knew that I had one other son, hidden in Paris. However, now...
Now you have 2 sons. 2 sons to fight for.
2 sons. Oh, Louis, I hope Lucien will be safe. If he is a prisoner of the Medici, heaven help him. That is all I can say. If he is a prisoner.
Prisoner. So that is what I am.
More than a prisoner. You are the de Franchi who will pay for all our humiliations.
Then why do you sit here at my bedside? Why do you nurse me and give me medicines when you hate me so much? Oh, why don't you leave me here and let me die?
You have been very ill. You still are.
Oh, why don't you leave me?
The doctor said you must not excite yourself.
Excite myself? The doctor says. Oh, don't make me laugh. Why do you think I could lie here cool, calm, and collected with you and your hideous, grinning father behind you? And your brothers and the rest of your family? Oh, I shall never forget about half an hour ago when they all stood at the door, staring in like a lot of caged apes. You asked me to be calm.
Quiet.
Oh, calm. Cool. Oh.
I warned you. I told you not to make too much effort. Now you've exhausted yourself. You've tied your... Lucien de Franchi. De Franchi. He's fainted. Oh, Lucien, you will die. The doctor said you were in horrible danger, and yet you will try to struggle from your pillows. Your forehead, it is so hot. Beads of perspiration. Perhaps this handkerchief dipped in water. Oh, Lucien.
I am here. I can hear you. You don't hate me, do you? Not as much as you pretend.
You closed your eyes. You pretended to faint.
You don't hate me. You're grateful because I let you escape when I had you in my power.
I do hate you, I do.
You have a strange way of showing it.
I hate you more than anyone else in this world. You're a beast, a fiend, a filthy de Franchi.
You're nursing me back to health.
Back to health, yes. I'm nursing you back to health because you're to be flogged in the marketplace. Do you hear me? You'll be flogged until the flesh peels off your back. That will be our supreme revenge, you. You're the Franchi. You're the Franchi.
For all your talk, you're grateful to me because I let you escape when I had you in my power. When I had you ambushed in the past.
No.
Do you know why, Marianne? Do you know why?
No.
Because...
No, I don't want to know why. Don't talk to me.
I can't help it, Marianne. I've got to tell you.
You won't tell me. All I want you to know is that I hate and loathe you. I think you're the scum of this earth.
Your eyes are beautiful when you're angry. How is it that one as beautiful as you could be so fiendish? It's impossible.
I loathe you. That's why I'm taking all this trouble. Do you hear me?
You're pretending to yourself.
I'm not. I've been brought up from the time when I could first understand that you and your family are unspeakable animals, that you're to be wiped from Corsica.
Oh, Marianne.
Your family killed my grandfather, my grandmother, murdered one after another of my relations.
Marianne.
We're going to retaliate you here. We're going to pay you back for every unspeakable crime.
Marianne.
Every unspeakable crime, and shut up, do you hear? Don't say another word.
Marianne, I heard your boyfriend.
Take me away from here, Uncle. He makes me sick in the stomach. Ill with the hate that I have for him.
Marianne.
I can't nurse him. I can't foul my hands. The air is filthy with his presence. I can't stay.
Marianne. Marianne, don't carry on like this. You didn't have to nurse him. Your father thought it was too great a sacrifice on your part when you suggested it.
Oh, how cool it is out here in the night air. Clean, cool, and dark. That's what I want. I want the dark, where I can see nothing, hear nothing, remember nothing.
Marianne stood very still in the rose-scented garden, her figure taut and stiff, her back turned to the saffron-colored light which came from the sick room onto the terrace. Then firmly and resolutely, she walked quickly up the stairs to her own room. Slamming the door, she threw herself on her bed, buried her face in the pillow, and lay there for an hour or more, her fists tightly clenched, her will fighting frantically with her mind, so that she could obliterate from her memory the thought of the figure in the bed downstairs, lying so pale and so helpless. Meanwhile, if we follow the bony ridge of mountains which tumble from the south of Corsica across ravines and rapidly flowing rivers to the north, we come once again to the little village in the mountains where Lucien's mother, the proud Mme de Franchi, sits by her window, awaiting news of her son. Her thoughts are far away, stretching beyond the vista of mountains which make a magnificent panorama from her window. And she does not hear the tap on the door, nor does she hear the door open. It is only when her son Louis speaks that she is released from her faraway reverie.
What are you thinking of, Mother?
Oh, Louis.
You've been sitting there at the window all day, looking out towards what?
Right out there in the distance, among those broken silhouettes, there is a valley. It was there Lucien went to hunt, he and Griffo. For they were so happy, so light-hearted when they left here. I am just wondering, Louis.
You have doubts now about Lucien being alive, I mean?
No. I firmly believe in the family tradition. If anything happens to him, my son, you will see him just as your ancestor did, the twins.
Since I've been here, I've begun to feel like a human being. You've said a great deal about my ancestors. You don't know what it means to me to feel that I belong to someone. Really belong, I mean.
Your heart belongs to someone in Paris.
Yes.
You think of her often?
My first waking thought, all day long.
What is she like? You have already told me that her hair is fair.
It's like ripe corn, almost wonderful color.
And she wears it long?
In the daytime, yes. But at night it's piled up. The fashion for the young debutantes in polite circles.
When I was a girl, my hair reached to my knees.
So does Emilie's. The day I met her in front of the palace, her hair was glorious in the sun, like something living, a shining fan.
And her eyes?
Blue, a wide-open blueness that shows her heart. She's absolutely guileless.
You are lucky, my son. I hope soon I will have the privilege of seeing her.
You're unhappy.
Oh, if only I knew the truth about Lucien.
Perhaps you can tell that when you study me, Mother. You're frightened that he might be tortured.
Medici will stop at nothing.
Then if I felt the same pain my brother felt when he was attacked, wouldn't I also feel exactly as he feels at this moment?
Yes, my son. Only it does not always follow.
If your argument's right, Mother, it does. And at the moment, I feel at peace with the world. Having found you, and knowing that Emilie, my loved one, is in Paris waiting for my return, my only anxiety is that there's no news of Lucien. But here, deep down in my heart, I feel that he'll come home. Honestly, he will.
I hope you're right.
Perhaps I should be more unhappy. But if you put yourself in my place, Mother, well, I don't know Lucien. I've never met him. You and I have got to know each other, and I'm very happy about that. Also, I'm in love. And somehow that ties my future up completely.
I shall like her, my boy. After all you have told me about Emilie Latouche, I know I shall like her. May she make you very, very happy.
Mme de Franchi, you are at a disadvantage. You only know Emilie Latouche through Louis's eyes. And Louis, after all, is in love. Love which is blind is always trusting and all-enveloping. That is, if one is really in love. However, Madame, if you could see Emilie Latouche at this moment, yet another grave anxiety would be planted in your heart. The anxiety of a mother for a son who loves a woman who is worthless. This woman, she is a woman in spite of her youth, stands in a palm court, a small ivory fan held provocatively across her face, leaving only those saucer blue eyes uncovered. And these eyes look upwards, an impish gleam in them, to the tall, dark gentleman who stands looking down, who stands very, very close.
Did you say you dare me?
Monsieur Chateau Renaud.
You did, didn't you?
Not here. This is a reception, monsieur.
The reception is being conducted inside Mademoiselle Latouche. But we are in the palm court. And what's more, just a moment. Yes, we are alone.
You had no right to follow me out here.
But you knew I was going to follow you. You little rogue. Well, you dared me to kiss you?
Nothing of the kind. I said you wouldn't dare.
Mademoiselle, if we go over the conversation, I told you you were very, very beautiful, which you are. I told you that I'd wanted to kiss those pretty lips ever since the night of the Franz Liszt soiree. And what's more, I tell you now that I want to cover the whole of your face with kisses. Hot, smoldering kisses that can only tell you what I feel in my heart. And you're not going to refuse me. You've dangled me for too long on the end of a string.
Paul. Oh, Paul.
Emilie, whatever I've wanted in this world, I've been able to get. It's because of determination. Now I want you. Emilie, I love you very, very deeply. You've got to marry me.
Marry you? Paul, are you crazy?
Is it so crazy?
Marry you? Why, I'm engaged. Oh, don't laugh. It's the truth. I'm betrothed to Monsieur Louis Prévost.
If you're engaged to another man, I've yet to see him.
He's away in Corsica.
And I notice no loneliness about your trim little person. No. Don't fool me. You don't love this man, whoever he is.
How do you know that I love you?
There are things one knows without having to talk about them, really. And when I kissed you just now, I knew.
Oh, Paul, don't. If someone came into the conservatory...
Marry me.
It's true I don't love Louis, and in fact, after what's happened, well, perhaps after a time...
Marry me.
It's all too ridiculous. We've only known each other a few days. Besides, I don't know so very much about you.
Well, that's easy enough. All the salons in Paris are talking about me. You've no doubt heard that I have half a dozen ships, that I'm enormously rich.
Are you?
Yes, I am. And I can buy you anything you want. In fact, I've already decided that on your wedding day, you'll have pearls. Pearls that one of my ships brought back from the Caribbean. Two of the largest, loveliest pearls that I've ever seen. They shall be your earrings.
Oh, Paul.
Emilie, marry me.
Oh, give me time, please. There's Papa and Mama. Already I'm betrothed and...
You want me to formally approach your father? Oh, that's not you, and that's not me. We both know what we want. And you, in spite of your 18 years, have the oldest head I've ever seen on two fair shoulders. Emilie, let's elope.
Elope? Oh, no, I dare not.
Your lips, Emilie. Give me your lips. Now, Emilie, shall we elope?
Paul, I do love you. In fact, I'd love you even if you only had...
Yes.
Half the money you're reputed to have.
You little vixen. Well, Emilie...
Captain Renault, you almost sweep me off my feet.
And that is just what I want to do. I'd like to pick you up in my arms at this moment and race you up to Toulon. A ship of mine is at the quay there, Emilie. A ship that could take us both to England for our honeymoon. Come, Emilie. Make your decision. Escape with me now.
How? Now?
Yes, why not?
But Paul, I have no clothes, except what I stand up in and... Oh, Paul, you are an overwhelming man. You almost make me lose my breath.
I think you're the type of girl who always has perfect control of yourself, Emilie. And that is what I admire about you.
In the past, I always have, but meeting you like this, feeling your arms around me... Oh, Paul, you make me feel that perhaps it may be worth the candle.
Let's creep away now.
But my betrothal...
We can disappear for 6 months and face the scandal afterwards.
Papa would never forgive me. I can't do it, Paul.
Do you love me?
Yes.
Well, then prove it. Come with me.
But I can't. I love my papa and my mamma, too. And if they never forgave me... Oh, Paul, let's be reasonable. Give me time.
For what?
Well, that is my betrothal to Louis Prévost. Let's do the thing properly. I shall break with him, and then my engagement shall be announced. My engagement with you.
Oh, so I didn't sweep you off your feet after all.
You did. But isn't it better to do this sensibly?
You know, Emilie, I admire you. There's a lot of grey matter underneath that fair hair of yours. Yes, perhaps it is the better way.
I have a perfect excuse to break my engagement. Louis Prévost has told me that he has been disinherited.
Oh, then you are engaged to a penniless young man.
Not penniless. He has some means, but I shall have to get around Papa and make him understand that the provisions which Louis can make for me are not enough for my tastes. I have extravagant tastes, Paul.
You can let your extravagance run riot. Amelia, I could deny you nothing.
Oh, Paul, you do excite me. Can we really go to England for our honeymoon? Can we really?
To the ends of the earth, if necessary. I have 6 ships, and they all go in different directions. All you have to do is to shut your eyes, stick a pin in the map, and you shall be transported in due time.
Oh, Paul.
Amelia.
I will be happy with you. I know I will. We both have the same...
Devilry?
Paul.
Oh, Jezebel. You precious, lovely little Jezebel. Let me kiss you again.
So this is Emilie Latouche. Emilie adored and worshipped by Louis Prevost. It seems that Louis is to receive grave news in the near future. But what of Louis's brother, the twin of whom Mme de Franchi have not heard? He still lies a prisoner in the Guidici household. And not far from the sick room, we find Dino Guidici talking with his brother Pietro. Dino's daughter, Marianne, is the subject of their conversation.
I can't understand it at all. For no reason at all, she flares up. Look what happened at breakfast this morning.
She is not well, Dino. I think I know the reason.
What is it?
I think she resents the fact that you have a de Franchi under your roof.
But there is purpose in that. She knows well enough that he's being nursed back to health, only so that we can flog him before the entire Guidici family. A fitting punishment.
Mm-hmm. A great satisfaction for us. But I have noticed that Marianne has been very strange since he's been under our roof. Sometimes I think it would have been better if we'd killed him outright in the valley.
Oh, and so rob our family of the pleasure of seeing him thrashed? I might tell you, Pietro, that I have sent word to every member of our family. They will all be under this roof next week. And as Lucien de Franchi is progressing, perhaps in a fortnight he will be well enough to receive the lash.
Ah, Marianne.
Hello?
We were talking about you, Marianne. You haven't been yourself.
What do you mean?
This last week you've been wearing a perpetual scowl.
I think I can guess why. It is our prisoner.
The prisoner? You mean Lucien de Franchi?
Yes.
Uncle, how dare you? What are you insinuating? Do you think I have any respect, any regard for that filthy...
No. Who said you had any respect for him? Your father and I were thinking that perhaps you were upset because we were sheltering him under our own roof. I cannot forget your outburst when you offered to nurse him.
I thought at the time you were taking too much on yourself. Lucia, who feeds the pigs, is good enough for him.
Is she looking after him well?
As well as can be expected, I suppose. You should see the sick room. It's as filthy, but almost like the sties.
Oh, the fool. The man is ill. He needs careful nursing.
Well, whatever he needs, my dear Marianne, he is certainly getting better. Today he was sitting in a chair.
He was?
Yes. Also, from what the hag tells me, he walked a few steps. We were saying that in a fortnight he should receive his final humiliation.
So that reminds me, Marianne. Could you arrange for all the guest rooms to be aired and cleaned? Practically every member of the family will be here to see this final humiliation.
Father.
Yes?
Is this necessary?
Necessary? I don't understand.
Well, all this nursing the man back to health so that you can do him to death. Don't you think that perhaps you've punished him enough?
Punished him enough? You're not Marianne, you're not suggesting we should let him go free?
Free? So that he will probably someday cut your own father's throat?
Oh, he wouldn't. He couldn't do that.
Wouldn't he? You should see his eyes when I walk into that room. Eyes of hate, malice. He'd do away with us all if he could, that same gentleman. Would you be very happy then, Marianne, to find your father on his bed with his throat slit, and the Franchi in high glee in his own home, laughing over the feet?
No, then of course he must die. But kill him soon.
Marianne, what are you doing?
Let her go. She is not herself. Not herself at all. These outbursts.
I know what is the matter. It irks her to think of that filthy presence down there. Still, another fortnight, and our house will be clean once again.
Yes, our house and our family name.
A score will have been settled that has lasted for hundreds of years.
Annette. Yes, Lily? Bring me over some more sweetmeats. There are some by the window.
Oh, Lily, you're so lazy. Not up yet, and it's 11 o'clock. All right. Where did you say?
Over by the window. Oh, is it really 11?
A few minutes after.
Here you are. Oh, Amelia, I do envy you. You never have to think about sweetmeats. You just eat them, and it makes no difference to your figure. Have one.
Oh, I dare not.
I didn't expect to see you over here this morning. And I didn't expect to find you in bed. But then you were late last night, weren't you? At the Duchess's reception.
Yes. And yet you left before me, and not with a chaperone.
I had a chaperone of a kind.
I know. Captain Chateau Renaud. A pet, don't you think? You told me that a long time ago, when you said you would arrange an introduction for me. When you said that he might make a suitable husband for me.
For you?
Yes. What is so funny about that, Amelia? I might remind you that you are betrothed to Louis Prevost. Monsieur Prevost, who is a long, long way away at the present moment. Perhaps you have not realized it, but tongues are wagging.
Let them wag.
What is more, I came over here today to tell you that I think the decent thing to do would be to stand aside and let others have a chance. After all, you're betrothed. There will be a husband for you.
Annette, you're not suggesting... Why, Annette, don't tell me you're setting your cap at Captain Chateau Renaud. You suggested yourself a long time ago. That was before I met him. Oh, Annette, don't waste your time.
I'm not so sure that I would be wasting my time. At the reception last night, the captain was charming to me.
Charming? But he is charming to everyone. If you only knew what he said.
What did he say?
I cannot tell you. No.
I demand that you tell me. He said something about me.
The expression on your face. Anyone would think it was something dreadful. It wasn't really, just funny.
What did he say?
Just that if ever he needed ballast for one of his ships, he would appeal to you.
Stop that. Stop that. Your head.
Oh, I'm sorry, Annette. But that should do you good, really it should. As I told you before, you eat too much. You don't watch your figure. Starve for a week, and perhaps the ballast might go. Well, I must be off to my bath. Dry your tears, darling. What I have said is for your own good. Go on a diet, and there will be plenty of Captain Renaud's dancing attendance on you.
I hate her. I hate her. Dog in the manger, while her fiancé... Her fiancé in Corsica? Of course. I will write him. I will write him this instant and tell him exactly what is happening. Then we will see. That's what I'll do. I'll write to Monsieur Prevost. When he hears about Captain Renaud, he'll come back post-haste. But his address... I wonder where I can find his address.
Annette!
What does she want? What is it?
Annette, my sweet, this is my 2 pink towels. Your bed isn't here. There's no one to help you bathe.
All right. No one to help her bathe. I may be fat, but I'm not helpless. Weighted on hand and foot, that's what she wants.
Annette!
All right, I'm coming.
Oh, this has been a right little feud. I've pulled the bell rope 3 times, and neither Yvette nor Jacqueline have come. Throw me over the soap, please. The highly scented one. The big slab.
Take it.
Oh, it's down at the bottom of the bath somewhere now. Oh, how I love warm water. One feels so relaxed. Do you like the perfume? It's perfume, you know. Yes, I can smell it. That will make me smell nice. Mamma says that in some houses there are baths which are built into the floor. They can't be moved around like this one.
Is that an advantage?
Well, they're much bigger, almost like swimming pools. Mamma also says that it is elegant to bath twice a week.
As often as that?
But I go one better. I bath 4 times a week. But you should hear Yvette and Jacqueline complaining. They have to carry the water up 2 flights of stairs and then carry the dirty water down again. Lazy wenches. One would think they weren't put into our household to work. Pass me my face cloth, if you please.
Yes, Emily. By the way...
Yes?
Do you often write to Louis now that he's in Corsica?
Write? No, why should I?
Well, he's your fiancé.
Yes, but it mightn't be for long.
Not for long? What do you mean? You're betrothed?
I know.
But I've already hinted to Papa that Louis is not as rich as we thought he was. Not now. So I shall talk with him when he comes back from Corsica.
And if you were to write to Louis in Corsica, where would you write?
I haven't the faintest idea.
But if there was something urgent to write about...
Quickly, the towel. I've got soap in my eyes. The towel, Annette.
Oh, here you are. I'll wipe your face for you. There. Where would you write, Emily?
Oh, I'd ask his uncle and aunt. No doubt he's left an address there. Now I can see. Annette, what's the matter?
Nothing.
You're scowling. Almost as though... Oh, good heavens, Annette. Are you still angry because of what I told you about Captain Renault?
I'd practically forgotten what you told me.
You didn't say it in a nasty way. But you are fat, Annette. You know you are. And naturally, you're a target for many jokes.
Stop it, Emily. Why do you say these horrible, wicked things to me? You're always telling me I'm fat. You're always crowing over me. All right, just see. Just you wait and see.
Annette, come back. Oh, dear, she ran off with my towel in her temper. What am I to do? Annette, Jacqueline, Annette, Yvette.
Annette ran down the stairs and out of the house, and soon she was on her way to Louis's uncle, Monsieur Prévost. Though both Louis's uncle and aunt were out, she managed to find out from the housekeeper the address of Louis Prévost in Corsica. And so Annette, her thoughts bitter, penned a note which was to have the direst consequences. A note short enough, but one which was to involve both the twin brothers, as well as Captain Renault and Amélie, in a most critical turn of events. Meanwhile, in the mountain house of the de Franchis, Madame, Pierre, and Louis still wait on Griffo's return. As each day goes by, their anxiety grows, until at last Madame speaks her mind.
Louis, I think we must face facts. Griffo has been gone nearly 3 days now. I fear for his life.
Don't despair, Madame.
Mr. Godet, you don't know the Medici. They're cunning and clever. They might have lured him into a trap.
You think that Lucien is alive and held prisoner, and that perhaps Griffo tried to help him to escape?
That is exactly what I fear.
But Griffo said that he'd traveled to every village until he had news of Lucien. Surely it'd take more than 3 days to travel to each village?
Oh, he would have sent some message back, surely.
I feel so helpless. I'm a stranger in my own country. I know what should be done, Mother. I should go out on a horse now seeking Griffo. And instead, what do? I sit around here in the house, useless, not able to help him.
You can't help it, Louis. I'm not of much use myself. But Madame is foolish to worry as yet. As Louis says, it would take more than 3 days to travel over the whole of Corsica.
Griffo is broken-hearted. He feels that the catastrophe was in a measure his own fault. He feels that he should have stayed with Lucien.
But it was Lucien's order that he came to you. Don't forget that, Madame.
I know. Listen.
A horseman? Why, Mother, if it should be Griffo...
It comes from the south, not from Ajaccio. We shall see in a moment. Look from the windows.
There. He's coming out from the trees now. My eyes are not as good as yours, Louis. Can you see who it is?
It's Griffo. Griffo, come back.
Griffo?
But alone.
Still, he might bring some news of Lucien.
Griffo! Griffo!
Oh, Madame, I have news for you. It's good news, Madame. Good news.
Good news. You hear that, Madame?
Good news. And yet Lucien's not with him.
Madame, he's alive. Your son is alive.
Oh,
alive. Really? Alive, but not well. My news is both good and bad.
Where is he?
He's a prisoner, Madame. The Medici have him.
Oh.
No. Don't be unhappy, Madame. There'll be a way. There must be a way. But first, let me tell you my story. I traveled everywhere, Madame, questioning the peasants in every district, until at last, down in the south, I came to the village but one where the Medici lives.
You must have taken your life in your hands.
I know, Madame. I know, too, that some of the villagers might go to the Medici and might tell them that I was there. But, Madame, you understand, I was desperate. I was desperate for news. I've been searching for days, Madame. And it was then, Madame, that I learned the truth. You see, Madame, your son was badly wounded. He was stabbed just above the heart.
Oh.
Madame, take courage. Take courage. And prepare yourself for the bad news. The Guidici are nursing him back to health, so that they can lay the lash across his back in the marketplace before all the family.
No.
I'm sorry, madame, I'm sorry, but that is the truth.
Oh, the beasts, the murderers, sadistic beasts. Something must be done, Grifo. Something must be done.
Aye, madame, something will be done. Take courage, madame. We'll plan somehow. Remember, there's you, there's myself, there's your son Louis.
Oh.
Of course. We'll contrive somehow, madame. Although I'm afraid that he is heavily guarded.
Oh, even if we die in the attempt, we must take the risk.
Aye, madame.
Oh, my son, to be flogged by the Guidici. The humiliation. It must never be. I would rather he died at this moment.
Aye, madame, it must never be. We will see to that, madame. Oh, Monsieur de Franchi, on my way I came level with a mail carrier. There was one letter for you. Now, where did I put that? I told the mail carrier I would take it for you.
Ah, for me?
Aye, monsieur. Wait a moment. Oh,
I know.
Here.
It's from her, from Emilie. Already I've written telling her where I am and what I'm doing. But surely this couldn't be a reply so soon.
Grifo, tell me more. What else did you learn?
Very little else, madame. The Guidici were exultant. The whole family are to forgather at Dino Guidici's home to watch the flogging. Madame, they intend to flog him to death.
Oh, and no doubt they will hope to hear him cry out in pain. How disappointed they will be. He would never beg for mercy. Not Lucien. What's more, he will escape.
That is a poor hope, madame, but as you say, we must all try.
Oh.
What is it? What is the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, you are upset, Monsieur Louis, because of your brother's plight. But take heart, never fear. Perhaps it'll be your honor to effect his escape yourself.
Pierre, would you step with me into the next room, please?
What is the matter, my son?
Well, this is business from France, Mother. I must talk with Pierre. Excuse me.
Well, Louis, what's the matter?
Here. Read this.
It would do you well, Monsieur Louis, to hurry straight back to Paris and to your fiancée, Emilie Latouche. There is a certain Captain Rayner who is attracted to her, and they seem to be seen constantly together. Mark my words, you will lose her. Come before it is too late. A friend.
Good heaven, you hear that, Pierre? It's a quill of poison. It's not true, not one word of it.
Control yourself, Louis.
But Emilie, my angel on earth, the most sublime creature in the whole of Paris, and filth like this is written about her. I'm off to Paris at once.
But, Louis, think a minute.
What?
Think a minute. Your brother. He's in the gravest danger. Are you sure that you can go at a time like this? I feel that if you desert your mother now, she'll never forgive you. Don't you understand, Louis? Your mother is in the direst straits. She begged at your help.
Oh, Pierre, I don't know what to do. This filthy letter. Emilie's in love with me. She worships me as I worship her.
Well, that may be the case. This letter may only be that of a jealous mischief maker. That's why I urge you to stay by your mother at the moment.
But what can I do? I'm not a mountaineer. I can't fight.
But you don't want your brother to be flogged to death?
Most certainly I don't. Oh, perhaps you're right. Let's go into them now.
There's only one thing for it, madame. If we can bribe one of the servants, it is the only way.
And you and Louis can be waiting with horses down by the waterfall. I am wondering, though, if Lucien will be strong enough to escape. This dagger wound...
Oh, I can tell you about that, madame. It was a bad one and a deep one. But he is getting better. Why, already he is walking.
You hear that, Louis? Your brother is walking. It is just as I said. He didn't die. If anything had happened to Lucien, you would have had a vision. I am sure of that, quite sure.
You want my help in this matter, Mother?
Yes. Grifo thinks it might be possible to bribe one of the servants of the Guidici. But whether Lucien will be strong enough to escape, To climb down to the waterfall and to mount a horse we do not know.
Need I be there?
It will be a fine deed for a de Franchi to help his own brother.
Yes, of course
What is the matter? Louis, you have had bad news. The letter you received.
You'd better tell your mother.
I've talked often of Mme Latouche, my betrothed.
So often that I feel I know her, almost as my own daughter. Don't tell me. Louis, is she ill?
Here's the letter, Mother. It's not true, not a word of it. If you knew Amelia as I know her, you'd realize that slanderous letter's been written only so that trouble can be made.
There is a certain Captain Renault who is attracted to her, and they are seen constantly together. Mark my words, you will lose her. Come before it is too late. A friend.
What am I to do? You need me.
You must go.
But you need me.
You must go, my son. Your first duty is to your betrothed. I am your mother, but I am old. Soon I will die. If this young girl is worthwhile, go and find out the truth of this letter and who is responsible for...
Oh, Mother, you're so understanding, so wonderful. You only knew what I felt inside here. To think that I find you and understanding all in one.
I am your mother, I know.
But will I be failing you?
My son, Griffo can wait below the waterfall alone. Perhaps, indeed, you might even be in the way, since as yet you cannot shoot or ride as an expert.
But I'll learn one of these days. I promise I will. So that I won't be a botheration as I am now. So that I'll be able to defend you against every one of these murderous Gadici.
Of course you will, my son. Go to Paris. Come back and find Lucien here. He is your twin brother. He will teach you. And together you will fight for me. And for the de Franchi name.
Too long to wait until tonight. Emilie, you will be at the opera.
Of course.
And you will meet me in the foyer.
Yes, but you shouldn't come here and call on me so openly in the afternoon.
But don't you understand, Emilie? I'm getting impatient.
Put yourself in my place. It is most difficult, Paul. Your name is talked of in whispers in certain quarters. It seems that...
That I have a reputation?
Yes.
Have you any objection?
Oh, Paul, you know how I feel. I wouldn't care what they said about you.
Oh, what have they been saying?
I won't listen.
Little cheat. You have listened.
Well, it is said that there have been at least half a dozen women, and that you have deserted them all.
Ah, but I've never married one of them. And to you, Emilie, I offer marriage. And don't forget that rope of pearls.
Oh, Paul, why do I love you so much? I promised myself, ever since I was a girl of 15, that I would never really fall in love. I knew then that I would be beautiful. But I always said that my beauty would bring me all the happiness I wanted. And that never, never would I put myself in the power of any man.
Do you know why you love me?
Yes. Because you're handsome. Because you're a daredevil. And because...
Because I'm so much like you. Birds of a feather, Emilie. Tell me, what has your father said? Have you spoken openly about this?
I don't dare. Papa has noticed that I have danced with you quite a lot. That I have talked with you quite a lot. He approached me and told me I wasn't to see you again. If he hears that you're in the house now...
Surely he doesn't expect you to marry this Prevot, this man who was penniless.
But he is not penniless. That is just the point. Papa says he has money of his own. What is more, Monsieur Louis Prévost has made a great impression on Papa.
And I haven't. Well, Emilie, there is only one thing for us. And please say you'll agree.
No.
It's the only way.
No.
In 6 months you'll be forgiven.
No.
Not when I put my arms around you. Not when I hold you close like this. My lips almost touching yours. Not when I say you're mine. And I'm yours and the world is ours. Oh, Emilie, run away with me. Run away.
Yes. Yes.
Dino, have you seen Marianne this morning?
Yes, but she hardly spoke. I think I shall have to send her away, Pietro.
Or perhaps send the de Franchi away.
I know that she's worrying about him. How she must hate him. To feel restless, to feel unclean while he's under the same roof.
You have brought her up well.
When she was a child of 6, I told her the story of the beginning of the feud. If you had seen her eyes then. The hate still lives, I think, today when the Franchi name is mentioned.
Well, there is good news today. Lucien de Franchi is almost well.
I made my inquiries much earlier than you. He walked around the rose garden 3 times this morning. I have already sent a messenger out. We shall all gather here at the end of the week.
But what of the police?
That's been taken care of. There are no police in the village, as you know. It'll be considered an act of violence, a criminal act, if Lucien de Franchi were to be flogged to death in the village. But here, in our own house, in the very rose garden where he walked, that's where we shall set the whipping post.
You think it's too great a risk to flog him in front of the villagers?
Yes. You see, should the police come, they'd be entitled to take charge of him. And we might, in the end, lose him. He must die, Pietro. You understand? He must die. Oh, here comes Marianne. Marianne! Marianne!
Yes, Father?
Well, haven't you a smile for me? All this week, your brows have been drawn, your mouth in a tight line.
Oh, why can't you leave me alone? There is nothing the matter with me, Father, nothing.
I have news for you, which might perhaps make you happier.
What is it?
We have fixed the day for the flogging. Sunday.
Sunday?
Yes. What is more, there will be at least 20 of us present. 20 of the Gadici to see the final humiliation of our enemy.
Sunday.
Well, doesn't the news please you? Marianne, are you ailing for something?
Oh, perhaps I am.
Master.
Now, what is it, Elvo?
The woman Lucien wants to speak with you urgently. She has left her patient and she's waiting for you at the bottom of the steps.
All right. Tell her I'll come straight away. No doubt our friend's been making trouble now he's getting better. I'll be back, Marianne.
Marianne, what is it?
Let go my hand.
Look at me, Marianne. I am your uncle. I think I have more understanding than your father. There is more than hate in your eyes. There is sadness. A haunted look. You have some private grief, haven't you?
No.
Now, won't you confide in me?
You're forever pestering me, both you and Father. Can't I be left alone, or must I go away?
Now, why don't you go away? Something's worrying you. It worries us, too, because we love you, Marianne, and we don't understand.
I don't think I understand myself.
Marianne. Pietro.
Oh? What is the matter? What is it, Dino?
Wonderful news. The most wonderful news of our lives. Marianne, wait till you hear this. I could hardly believe my ears.
All right. Tell us quickly.
I've been talking with Lucia. It seems that the de Franchi heard that she was nursing Lucien de Franchi back to health.
Well?
They have delivered themselves right into our hands. Our revenge will be even greater than I thought. It'll be in our power to wipe the de Franchi out completely.
What do you mean, Father?
One of the de Franchi have approached Lucia. They have bribed her to help Lucien de Franchi escape.
What?
Tomorrow night, at midnight, they'll be waiting by the waterfall with horses. A servant Grifo and, mark this well, Mme de Franchi herself.
Oh, no.
They'll be waiting while Lucia escorts Lucien from his prison. Into our hands have they come. The last of the de Franchis. The last of them.